Game 2, Islanders fought their way back and lost in overtime to the Flyers. Game 5, the Islanders fight their way back to tie the game and then lose to the Flyers in overtime. I'm starting to sense a very bad trend here. Islanders lose by the score of 4-3 in overtime after a bad Matt Martin penalty and after a terrible icing by Nick Leddy. Can't really blame Varlamov for letting that goal in because it was a deflection. However, we can blame the Islanders for losing the game after Matt Martin committed a stupid penalty and after Leddy iced the puck, stupidly enough. It looked like until the last couple of minutes in the third period, especially after the Flyers scored their first goal against the Islanders, that the Islanders had no urgency. They didn't have it in them to want to come back until the final 5 minutes of the third period. You know, if they won this game, I'd be thrilled, obviously. I'd be watching the goal, the handshakes. But because of this, we don't get handshakes today. We may not get them Thursday. Hell, we might not get them at all. Because the Islanders just gave Philly confidence in themselves. Now, yes, the Islanders are considered the, quote, home team on Thursday. But at this point, there's no more playing around. There's no more, oh, well, we'll get him next time. No, you got to get him now. Because the Flyers now, they know, okay, they tie the game against us. We can beat them in overtime. And if we make them commit a stupid penalty, we can make them regret it. And that's what they did. It might not have been on the power play, but the Islanders lost momentum after the Flyers went on their power play, especially when Nick Leddy iced the puck in overtime. Flyers trapped the Islanders in the defensive zone. And the fact that the Islanders had trouble clearing the defensive zone is a whole other issue. Because before the Matt Martin penalty, the Islanders looked pretty good in overtime. But it was the one penalty that killed them. It gave Philly momentum. It gave them confidence, despite the fact that their power play looked terrible. And then when Nick Leddy iced it, well, that was all she wrote there. And for those complaining about the no call on Matt Barzal when he got a high stick to the eye, that was a follow-through. That wasn't an intentional high stick. Usually on follow-throughs, they usually let that one go. If it's an intentional high stick, that's one thing. But follow-throughs, they'll typically let go. A lot of people are also complaining about Carter Hart, saying that he was committing a delay of game penalty by catching the puck along the glass and bringing it outside of the trapezoid. That really isn't much of a penalty, and I don't think the refs are going to call that in a playoff game, especially in overtime. In order for the refs to really call something, it has to be blatantly obvious. Look at Matt Martin's penalty in overtime. Blatantly obvious. But what Carter Hart did, not really, blatantly obvious. And I don't think that's enough for the refs to make a call. Don't even think about blaming the refs for tonight's loss. It wasn't on the refs. It was on the Isles' stupidity in overtime that cost them the game. Not the refs. The Islanders need to have that urgency all game. Not have it for one period, then lose it for 2 or 1.5, and then get it back within 5 minutes of the third period remaining. They need to have that urgency all game. These are elimination games for the Flyers. One win for the Islanders, and that's it. They go on to the Eastern Conference Final for the first time since 1993. That's what, 27 years? I feel old just saying that. The Islanders really need to wake up. They need to work on that Barzal unit power play. If he's still able to play, if his eye is all right, coming from a guy who's had 4 eye surgeries, I'm hoping his eye is okay. But back to the Islanders, they need to stop hesitating when they need to shoot. They see a shot, they shoot. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? The goaltender's going to catch it, and then he's going to close his glove, and then they're going to blow the whistle? It's not the worst thing in the world. Take a shot. It might go in. The goaltender might allow a softie. You never know. But you won't know that unless you take a damn shot. If the Islanders lose on Thursday, there will be panic. I swear there will be panic, because you cannot have a reverse sweep or whatever you want to call it for the Flyers to win 3 games in a row to eliminate the Islanders. You cannot have that, and that will be an unacceptable way to exit the playoffs, especially after the success they've had in this playoff so far. Trust me on this. No one will be happy if the Flyers win 3 straight games. It will not be pretty for the Isles if that happens. But now, with all that being said, thank you very much, everybody, for watching the Risorto Report, Isles Playoff Recap Edition. I'm your most gracious host, and I've been blessed with my presence, Greg Risorto. And I will see you after the game Thursday against the Philadelphia Flyers. Please remember to like this video. Comment down below if you liked it or not. Please subscribe. Share this video with everybody you know all over the World Wide Web. Follow me on Facebook at the Risorto Report. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. And as always, let's go Islanders.